Good up.
This is channel 253. Beep, boop, boop.
On this episode of the Grit and Grain Podcast.
And I've asked a couple of brewers this, and I get different answers. But how come you guys, being award-winning homebrewers, haven't just started your own brewery?
Yeah, there's some for sale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are.
Womp womp.
Did you know Channel 253 is member supported? I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, coming to you guys from Peaks and Pints in Tacoma, Washington. Woohoo! My name is Matt McLaren. I'm here as always with Ron Swarner.
Well, hello.
How's it going, Ron?
Good. I'm super stoked about my 2024 Dads and Recliners calendar I got for Christmas. Especially May, when Marvin, 52, eats a remainder of a burrito in a Benjamin Dura blend swivel recliner.
The fuck?
I can't wait for May.
That's
You have more energy than last week.
Yes.
because you didn't just do inventory.
Exactly. And I slept 10 hours on New Year's Eve.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Felt
I'm
so
jealous. Bethany, how's it going?
I am well. How are you guys?
Very good. Everybody's New Year's was good, I hope.
Yeah. Uneventful.
Sweet.
It's fine.
Uneventful is good.
Yeah.
Nobody's shit caught on fire or anything.
We had a fire, but it was contained. It was a bonfire.
It was for marshmallows.
Yeah. Not a dumpster fire.
Wasn't stolen, though.
No,
Good.
Not this time.
That's good.
Thanks as always for hanging out. Of course, if you guys are free on Wednesdays, come and hang out at Peaks and Pints in the side room. While we do this, you can hang out and have a beer live and be a laugh track, and it's super fun. Today, since it's a new year, we're going to talk about new hobbies, which will include, maybe for some of you, homebrewing. If you have ever thought about doing that, we have the two perfect people to talk about it, to tell you why you should and maybe why you shouldn't. But yeah, my buddies Mike and Tristan from the Browns Point Homebrew Club are here to hang out. How's it going, guys?
Thanks.
What's up, homies?
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We all have the same beer in front of us, including some other ones. But Mike, what are you drinking? That's not the thing I poured.
That's the Grains of Wrath, the Czech lager.
Nice.
It's pretty tasty.
I might have to grab some of that too, actually. Tristan, what do you have, man?
I got the Living House Hazy IPA.
Sweet.
I
Me
don't remember
too.
the name.
Scully.
All right, cool. Scully.
Scully,
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm finishing my hop water
Yeah, so good.
for damp January.
That's the worst way to say it.
That's the yeah.
Moist
Moist.
January.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Even
That's the worst.
Somebody was like, "Are we really going to call it that?" And then somebody was like, "It's moist January then if you don't like damp." And I was like, "That's such a good spin because nobody wants moist January." And then we're also drinking, like, in the spirit of having like a homebrew episode. I mentioned my buddy last week who is a very good homebrewer, and his they host Christmas Eve at their house every year, and it's always awesome. There's a huge spread of food, and he's usually got delicious beer on tap. But my buddy Sam made this lambic a while back, and he didn't really like it. But I thought it was really good, and I've been holding on to this bottle for a while, and this is a cool episode to pop, especially for you guys, since you guys know Sam, and he's been to club meetings with us. But it's fucking delicious.
Sweet and sour, funky berry.
Yeah, dude,
That's a lot.
which is exactly what you want in a lambic. It's perfect.
Happy New Year's,
I don't know
cheeks.
if wake the fuck up. Yeah, dude, it's got like it's a great acidic bite, a little bit of funk. It's not like there's a lot of things that can go wrong with a lambic, and none of them really happened in this.
I'm enjoying
Yeah.
it.
Mike and I both have Solera projects, so we have continuous sour beers
Yeah.
that we pull from. So
Which I love. Can you explain what Solera is for people who don't understand that reference?
Yeah, so I have a 53-gallon barrel in my garage.
That's so much.
It's full of sour beer just maturing. And every so often we take off some amount, so it could be 10 gallons, 20 gallons. Usually put that on a carboy, add fruit, let it re-ferment. And in the meantime, you brew fresh wort, pour that in, and keep the barrel going.
Yep.
Mine's 60.
I'd say, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yours is bigger. Wow. Didn't you get a second one too?
No, we donated that to North 47, where our club
okay.
meets. And it's going to be filled with a Saison and then pitched with Brett and some white wine grapes.
Nice.
That'll be good.
So, yeah.
That sounds awesome. You guys have 2 separate Solera projects?
Yeah,
Just, like,
separate.
cooking in
Yeah.
your garage right now?
Yeah.
Sweet.
One's in my garage, one's in John Hawking's garage.
Yep.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
So Solera is the term for like a continuous brew method kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it comes from, like, I'm pretty sure the origins from Spain, well, how they make sherry.
Yep.
Right,
Sherry,
so, yeah.
rum is made this way too, but
Yeah.
you might have different ages of different like liquor or wine or porter or sherry. But yeah, you're basically it's like a waterfall blend. So like this year being blended into this barrel, being blended into the next barrel, and when it's continuous, you would refer to it as Solera.
But since it's just in the garage, we just have one barrel.
And you just keep adding stuff to it.
Take off and then add, and it re-inoculates
It's
itself.
like keeping a sourdough starter alive, but
Yeah.
it's 60 gallons of beer.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Reference to next episode.
Right. That's how I brew the kombucha too.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the
nice.
same thing. Well, I clean it every once in a while, like after every, 6 months or so, I'll clean the whole vessel. But otherwise, we're just putting the fresh tea right on top of
Right.
the old stuff.
But you guys don't have scobies.
Yeah, the SCOBY can get pretty nasty.
They're an interesting thing.
Yeah, I've done it myself. It's a lot to keep up on.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you guys for coming to talk about homebrew stuff. I feel like maybe there's we've talked about the Browns Point Homebrew Club a ton. We gush about you guys all the time, and obviously we had Tristan and Matt on back in the day,
Thanks for
and
that.
Nice.
that was like kind of an early episode. I was looking back at it, so it's cool to catch up with you guys, but also it's like a new year, and if anybody's ever thought about doing this, like I kind of want to give them like a quick, resource guide. So yeah, Mike, you want to start and just like tell us how long you've been homebrewing and like what got you into it, man?
Sure. Yeah, so I started homebrewing in 2011, so I'm going on, 12, 13 years now. I've been doing it for a long time. 14? 2011. Oh, 2011?
That's bad math, Tristan.
That's right.
That's why I'm a brewer.
No, I just loved drinking beer at the time. I had a couple friends that homebrewed. They were not local, unfortunately. I was like on the phone with them, like, hey, what do I do now? What do I do now? I had like 100 questions. And, just kind of, I bought a kit online. I was doing extract brewing, so really kind of basic starting out. And, figured out the process after first couple beers that, didn't turn out that great, but they were drinkable, you know.
You made beer.
Yeah, I made beer. It wasn't great beer, but it was beer. And, just over time, just kept upgrading equipment and kept adding on. And, still doing it today. I love brewing.
Nice.
How about you?
Tristan, how about you, man?
So in like college, some people did it, and I was like, you can do this. But thinking back on it, they actually like did their mash and they put it in the oven. So I was thinking about it today. I was like, never mind, that sounds weird. Like, maybe I should revisit and see how you could possibly do that.
It kind of sounds like a college method, honestly.
Yeah. And then my best friend Kyle got a Mr. Beer kit from his sister, so we tried that out. Made 2 batches that were terrible.
Yeah.
One was drinkable, so we drank it. The other was awful. We were very poor at the time.
Sure.
So, and then somebody got us a kit for Christmas, and so we're like, all right, let's invest in this equipment. It was also like it was January of 2012, so I mean,
Roughly the same
yeah.
length of time.
roughly the same. Yeah, and then so just started building up from there and stuff like that. And
I wonder
yeah.
what the percentage of like homebrewers is who got started with a Mr. Beer kit.
yeah.
Because like I think I still have an unopened one sitting like in my garage somewhere.
We repurposed ours, like sealed it off on the top because the top doesn't actually seal.
Yeah.
So that's the other
yeah.
thing. So you always have oxygen in there, which is a big problem for brewing. But we repurposed it into a cask keg, and so we'll make a dark mild or something like that, and put it in there, and it has a seal on it now, and then let it naturally ferment and get.
Nice.
And then serve it at cask.
Clever.
So I haven't done that in a while, but we're like, what are we gonna do with this plastic barrel?
Where do you guys shop for supplies?
John's Homebrew down in Puyallup. Also Sound Homebrew up in Georgetown.
John's is awesome. Fermentation Initiative is in Tacoma too.
Yeah, I need to get over there.
Yeah.
That one's the closest to me, so if I need something in a pinch, I stop in there. But
Usually where I go.
Yeah.
John's so good, and he's just really supportive of the club too. Just always helping us out.
I feel like there was a round of applause for John just now somewhere.
Yeah,
John's fucking awesome. I don't know if he listens, but if you do, John, we all love you.
Yeah, future guest.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Also, right off the top, good resource if you want to start home brewing. Come to our Browns Point Homebrew Club. We meet the 1st and 3rd of every month at North 47 at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
So we actually have club tonight after this.
Yeah, it's your first meeting of the year.
First meeting of the year. Yeah.
What do you guys do at your first meetings?
The first one, actually, my notes in my pockets. But we'll be reintroducing the club, just kind of going over. I have to think about this because I'm doing this later, but just talking about how the club structure is going to go and everything like that. And then we always have an educational component. Tonight, that'll be just that, just talking about the club. And then the second half of the meeting, anybody's allowed to bring beverages, home. I want to say beer, but a lot of people are making like meads and other stuff, ciders.
Yeah, totally.
So we lay them out on the table, and then everybody gets a taster glass, taste through them all, vote for your favorite. At the end, we announce the winner of that. And then
Little like best in show.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the first one. And then second meetings, we always do a brew to style challenge. So we, at the beginning of the year, decide which styles we want to do.
You guys have them all planned out each month for the whole year?
Yep, I've already got the list. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's May?
Have to check the list.
I have to check the list. We haven't announced it yet, so it's a secret.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
next month is American Brown Ale, so if you want to make one of those, bring it to our second meeting in February.
You still got time.
get on and run.
Yep.
But we do some other stuff too. Like we started doing the Limbo Challenge every year. It's low alcohol beers. It's
cool.
What is it,
Under 4%?
Under 4. It was How Low Can You Go, right?
Yeah, that's a good name for that.
We got the Smash
For a
Challenge.
second, I was picturing
Smash,
a bunch
yep.
of homebrew nerds actually limboing.
Actually,
like,
Same.
through the brewery.
I don't think any of us would be good at that.
No one would come to the meeting.
Except some of you guys are so fucking competitive that I actually can like.
We'd get into
I can
it.
see John just going like crazy,
Yeah.
just cracking his kneecaps in half to actually win that thing.
Probably.
Yeah. And then we'll do a Smash Beer Challenge, Super Smash Beers. What's the other two? Secret ingredients, like a
We do the Iron
Chef
Chef,
kind of thing.
but Iron Brewer.
Oh, nice. Smash beer was my
What was
my
it?
highlight last
Juniper
year.
berries last
Yeah,
year?
it was.
Yeah. So you had to make a juniper berry beer, whatever. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you guys get a secret ingredient, and then you have to make a beer with this,
Yeah.
and then there's a competition on that.
Yeah.
That's rad.
Christmas beers in December?
Sometimes.
Yeah, that
Usually
worked out
winter warmer usually, but what was this year? I didn't do it.
Actually, no, I think we end the year with the challenge, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. That's
So
right.
then it ended up working out. A lot of good stouts with juniper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk about Mr. Beer Kit, right? Like that's it's a gift that somebody gets, and then you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. I bet I can make a beer that doesn't taste awful if I just maybe put a few extra bucks into it. How much? Like, if anybody's wondering how much it costs to get into it, how much would you guys say is like the minimum bar to make like decent beer at home, like cost to entry?
Well, I started at about $100.
Yeah.
And that was for the first
13 years ago.
Yeah,
But that was like 13 years ago. So that
dude,
400
totally,
now.
totally.
that might be 200 now.
Yeah.
But like you could start off really cheap if it's
Yeah.
if it's extract brewing.
Yeah,
Sure, yeah.
If you're
yeah.
going all grain, there's a few other things you need.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Totally.
maybe it's like 500-ish to start off with all.
It's something like that, equipment-wise, and you can build on and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why early on, it was lucky that I was with somebody, and so we always split the cost on everything. So that made it,
Nice.
But I'd say like 150 was like about the startup, and then I mean each batch just varies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not including. Yeah, that's just like starter equipment.
That's starter,
It's like fermenter. Like you can make award-worthy beers with pots and pans on your stove with a few extra things.
Yeah.
And if you're brewing with extract. So for anybody who doesn't know, the difference between extract and all grain is like the two kind of classifications of home brewer. Extract, you're basically just using like a malt, like sugary malt extract, and then adding water to it to make your wort, basically. And you might do other things to it as well. And then all grain, you're actually, you're doing a mash. You're adding a bunch of like malt, malted barley or other types of grain to hot water, and you're mashing. And so that's what we mean when we say like you need a couple of extra tools for that. It requires vessels and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to make like pretty good beer with pots and pans, $100, $150,
Yeah.
it's like you can make like good beer.
I bet this time of year it could be free because they're gifts.
There you go. Yep.
All
Then
the
you're in.
certificates.
Then that starts.
That's how they
adding up.
get you.
And
Yeah,
a lot,
exactly.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
a lot of that equipment you can get used because it's easy to clean and sanitize.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all stainless, so
Yeah.
you can get it used on the market too.
There's so many stories of very well-known brewers these days who started out as a gift from
Oh, yeah.
from a spouse.
Yeah. And now they're like GABF medalists.
Exactly.
And
Oh, yeah, I
you
should-
too.
I should say off the top, also, if you're interested in getting started in this hobby, ask yourself if you like doing dishes.
Dude.
Because that's
Do you like
it's
cleaning?
high stakes dishwashing.
Dude, yeah. It is time sensitive dishwashing.
So the first piece of appliance you buy is a Maytag.
If only everything would fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my homebrew setup is it's a kegel system, which actually Sam, who made this lambic, gave to me when he got his his anvil,
Nice.
which is fucking rad. But yeah, so I have I can do pretty consistent 10-gallon batches, but they're just old kegs where you just cut the top off and you make big pots out of them, and you can use turkey fryer burners and brew in your garage. But it's a pretty pieced together system. But I've been able to make good beer with it.
Did you start with that, or did you start on the stove?
Him and I started together.
Okay.
So him and his friend were already making beer, and doing a good job at it. And he was already past extract when I started doing it with him. When I was studying for my Cicerone exam, it was highly recommended that you don't attempt the level 2 exam without actually brewing beer, because there's just there's mechanisms that they're going to ask you about it that you have to know about, that it's really tough to just visualize unless you're actually involved in the process. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm probably overdue for learning how to do this anyway. So he would let me just kind of come and crash, his brew days on Sunday morning. And we were hoisting up kegels on his wife's picnic table, to sparge and shit. And so he's come a long way from that, but I still use that exact setup. And I've last year for Smash, I think I tied with Hibbs for best in show using that very pieced together kegel system.
Nice.
So, and it was, like Bethany said, you can find them used, and people are selling those things for $45-$50 sometimes, and you can make 10 gallons of beer with them. So yeah, cost of entry is pretty low.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So for because I had a hard when I was first learning how to do this, I was already studying for Cicerone stuff, so I had a lot of the ideas for how to make my beer better before really getting into it, and I could kind of apply them. Do you guys have books that you lean on really hard for improving? If you're getting started and you're okay, cool, this is good, but I'm pretty sure I can make my stuff better. What's the first book you're grabbing?
How to brew?
I'd say John Palmer.
John
Yeah.
Palmer. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Samesies.
So that's the one. And then, I read everything too. So yeah, just.
Charlie
But that's
Papazian at the
Charlie
old
Papazian's a
ones.
good one too.
Yep.
Some of his stuff's a little out of date, but he has some great basic information in there.
How to brew,
concepts in there
how to
still,
brew,
but-
I feel is a little out of date too. Just because
he just did an updated.
Oh, did you update it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm it's
Yeah.
hard to look back at the calculation pages, and you're just I have Beersmith. I'm not gonna.
We just talked to John Palmer down in San Diego, and he was talking about he's going to be updating another update.
Another update next
And I
year.
think with the focus on a bigger focus on extract brewing.
He said he wanted to
Something else.
do
Yeah.
I think that was a separate book on how to brew in your kitchen,
Yeah.
extract, stovetop brewing.
Nice.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said that's more popular internationally. So
That's when I say you can brew award-winning beer with pots and pans on your stove. That's actually a John Palmer quote from that book.
Is it?
Nice. There you go.
That's the intro to his book. It's you can brew award-winning beer on your pot with pots and pans on your
and
stove.
I believe Annie Johnson did.
Yes, she did.
Her, Pilsners and stuff like that. She won Ninkasi Awards and big homebrew awards. So yeah.
Dude, yeah, she was. It'd be wild. So Annie Johnson was back in 2013. She was the first Black woman ever to win Homebrewer of the Year, National Homebrewer of the Year award. And the year after that, she won Pilsner Urquell's Master Homebrewer competition, where the current owner of Pilsner Urquell was "This tastes like home," which is a very romantic quote to say about somebody who's homebrew. It'd be wild if she achieved any of that with fucking extract, but you really can.
What does she do
Hopefully,
now?
we
Does
can
she
ask her
still
about it in
brew?
person someday.
Part of a couple
Does she-
clubs up north and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She runs recipe development for Pico Brew.
Oh,
Yep.
Are they still around?
I don't know if they're still around, but that's what she moved to Seattle to do.
She did that for a while.
Which is awesome.
I have a bunch of questions, so I don't want to keep talking.
Shoot.
No, go for it.
What is your guys' setup right now for your equipment and stuff? What have you?
Yeah, I'm using an electric all-in-one. Like it's mash and boil. It's a $300 setup. It's cheap and easy and
Those things are sweet.
yeah. I've been kind of rough with it. And it's held up for 3 years now, and it's still going. I'm happy with it.
I should have gone first. It's a 3-tier system. It's very manual,
Yeah.
very hands-on. I have like
Same
two
Z's.
burners, yeah, and then I have like a metal mash tun that we want, a steel mash tun we want, and we're gifted another giant mash tun, which is rad. So make those big boozy beers. But yeah, so that's we've got the for the strike water, we've got one pot. For the mash tun, got another pot. For boiling, we have a third pot. So I mean, it's just it's a big setup in the garage. But yeah,
It's awesome.
so
I've been on the fence about getting an all-in-one.
that's
for
the thing.
if
If you're starting out, I would skip the 3 and go to the all-in-one.
Yeah.
It's a lot less storage, and you can't make as big of batches. Like you can pretty much just make 5 gallons with
Right.
the one I have, but works great. It regulates the temperature for you. You don't have
heats
to.
up water overnight, like on the timer.
You have a timer, yeah.
Yeah.
Start it an hour before, and it's ready to go, ready to mash
amazing.
in.
Must
Wake
be
up.
nice.
If I want to be brewing by 9, I have to get my fucking water on at like I don't know 7:30.
Yeah.
I hate it.
What is it about the Browns Point Homebrew Club that makes it better than, say, Gorst or Algona homebrew clubs?
Damn, Gorst is. Those are fighting words, Ron.
Are they?
Yeah.
We're a super nerdy, competitive bunch. The club started, 2016. It says on my shirt. So, and actually, I first joined then, and then I was like, I don't want to be around these people. No offense to any of those. And the great people that started it and stuff like that, but it was a drinking club, and I was like, I don't need to join a drinking club. So me and another guy, Brian Hale, got together, and we're like, how can we? Let's make this educational. Let's actually install like a president, vice president, and then at the time we didn't have any other like leadership names, so they're like, we want to make you in charge too, but we'll call you the Grand Hydrometer. And so our third position has always been that, and that's kind of the person in charge of like the educational component and stuff like that. And so, I mean, I feel like it was always twice a month.
I didn't go to those early meetings. I went in 2018.
And that's unheard of too, because most clubs don't. And I'm even like, that's too much.
Yeah,
But
most clubs are once a month.
Most clubs are
at the most.
once a month, but I'm like, if you guys want to keep coming, we'll keep doing it.
Totally.
And stuff like that. Wow. So we just have a very heavy educational component. And back then too, we're like, hey, we're a brand new club. Let's put our names out there. Let's try to enter as many competitions as possible under our name, so that we can, you get more points, and those points go to like homebrew club of the year and stuff like that. So,
Do you ever face off with other homebrew clubs in this state?
we do. Yeah, they're great too. Like
That's a pretty friendly community, though.
yeah,
So,
it's pretty great.
We're competing in every competition with everybody, and they're entering our competitions, we're entering theirs, and we kind of just celebrate
Cascade
everybody.
Brewers Guild, I think they have one of the longest running like competitions every year. So we also, that's the other thing too. We're like, all right, we're going to enter all these competitions. We should go judge at them too. So then we got people educated to become judges as well. So we're like, let's go judge them. And then eventually we're like, let's host our own competition too. So every year in October, we do a lights out dark beer only competition. And then in 2020, for some reason, there was a lack in competitions. And so they're usually like a couple women-based ones that are women only. She Brew, and what's the other one? Queen of Beer, thank you.
Yep.
And
Is that Kristen?
Kristen here. So, and then Kristen, who's here.
Who is a queen of beer.
Yeah. With the Browns Point Homebrew Club, started the Pacific Women's Brewers Cup. And so looking to bring that back again in spring. So
That's awesome.
But yeah, but as far as like competition with other people, we do get, trash talk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's all in good fun.
It's
healthy.
It's healthy competition. We get even more competitive inside our club. Like every meeting we have a competition, and it just kind of, I think, breeds that, competitive spirit.
Yeah.
So you guys every club meeting is a competition, but it's also like, hey, what did you do to make that win? And it's 10 people in a circle around the person who gets voted best in show, and they're explaining exactly what they did to make their beer better or different. And that's like, that was the first thing I noticed was like, it's the pursuit of enlightenment in this craft is like its own reward for it's what seems like a lot of you guys. And I imagine that's probably a huge contributor to your success as a homebrew club.
Yeah, I don't think people really keep secrets as far as like recipe development and design. They're like, all right, you try.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Make it better.
Yeah.
This is science.
I feel like that's how it is in the brewing world too. Is just in the commercial brewing world. It's like, you want to see my recipe? I mean, not all the time, but most of the time, it's like, go ahead. It's going to turn out different, however you do it. Like, here's my recipe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I do love
community.
Well, and there's a lot of for those competitions, like we're really honest with each other. Sometimes brutally honest about like, hey, I taste this off flavor, or I think there's a problem with how you made this beer. Like, let's talk about it. And usually people are like asking for feedback. Hey, like I know this is bad. How do I make it better? And usually they can find a couple people in the club to tell them, hey, this is what you should try.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest benefit I would say is like if you're getting into homebrewing, like find a local club because there's probably people there who are very good at just tasting. And if you want a way to make your beer better, like with the least amount of like work and research, have somebody who's good at tasting try it, and they can probably tell you what to fix in your process. And you guys, I mean, like you're doing brew to style competitions every single month, and sitting down with BJCP judging sheets and giving out those scores and those recommendations. And it's, not all homebrew clubs do it quite to that degree, but yeah, man, go find people who like this too if you're trying to get into it, and they'll probably help you improve immediately.
Yeah.
You'll always know someone who wants to have a beer at any moment.
Yep.
It's got to be an advantage too.
Cool. Well, yeah, we actually have a special beer to crack over the break. We're going to take a short break and do that, but we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out during the break. As always, want to give a shout out to Doug, our wonderful producer. Woohoo, Doug.
Give me beer.
It's coming around. Shit.
Rawr.
And to Channel 253, please go check out that fantastic organization and collection of podcasts when you get a chance. We have 2 new beers in front of us. Michael, what are we drinking, man?
Okay, so I'll talk about this one. So this is from the Solera in my garage, right? It is from the 53-gallon barrel of sour beer. I took some out, 4 or 5 gallons, and added apricot puree. So it is a lambic-inspired apricot sour beer.
It's fucking fantastic.
Really nice.
I'm glad you guys like it. Oh, and it's my buddy Stephen Oots, who's also in the club.
Nice.
Yeah, I should shout him out.
Steven's awesome.
Yeah.
Steven's
He
the best.
was president when Sam and I joined.
Now he's vice president.
Now he's vice president?
Yeah.
Who's president this year?
Me.
You? Congratulations.
Well, and last year. It
There's-
carries over. It's a 2-year, like,
Oh, 2-year terms?
yeah.
I see.
There's kind of a rotation, though. You were president years ago as well.
2018, yeah.
What's the campaigning like?
Actually, it's
Just
funny. 'cause
winning.
We were
Just winning.
I was texting with Mike earlier today, and I was like, when did you join the club? And in 2018, Homebrew Con was held down in Portland. And so we drove down and brought kegs and had a booth and stuff like that. It was Jaws themed. And then that's how Mike joined. He found
Yeah,
out
I
about
met
us. That's how
everybody.
Stephen Oots found out about us.
Was it that homebrew con?
It was that Homebrew
Yeah.
Con. And
That
so,
is
like,
how Sam and I
turns out
found
it
out
was
about
like
you guys
a,
too, actually.
yeah, turns out it was a great event. So
We had
it needs to happen up here again.
Beth's pre-prohibition porter and fucking Hibbs's pizza beer.
Oh, yeah.
Core memories from that specific trip.
Yeah.
And then Annie Johnson made a fried chicken beer.
Right.
She had a whole diner theme at her booth, and it was amazing.
Wow.
Cherry pie sour and fried chicken beer with like 11 herbs and spices. And it was awesome.
And bits of chicken, real bits of chicken.
Was she wearing an apron?
Yeah, dude. She was
Nice.
like whole diner get up. It was awesome.
Cool.
And then what else do we have in front of us?
This was a collab with Fremont. We called it Feather and Fur because our mascot, our logo is a bear, and theirs is a heron.
Yeah.
Of course. And so it's part of the competition called the Woody Cup. John Smith, former owner of Sound Homebrew, it's still there. Please visit. And then he's part of Rat City Homebrew Club, and then Sean Klein, and I think he's part of Cascade Brewers Cup. They started that competition, and so it's a rotating barrel. But to do this, I wanted to get as many people in our club like involved as possible. I think like 7 of us ended up winning it one year. We didn't get a brew with Fremont. We won it the second year. We did get to brew with Fremont. That was the prize. We brewed on their 3-barrel system. which was underneath their 80-barrel boil kettle.
Yikes.
And then went into 2 bourbon barrels. I can't remember which barrels were they, but that's okay. It's and so it's after tasting it, blending and tasting stuff like that. So the project started in like March of 21.
Crazy.
So we had like people able to go in the morning with masks, and then the afternoon with masks, and then it was released in October, I think, of 22.
I remember that.
So it was a big, long wait time and stuff like that. So getting to go up there and try it and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's cool. I mean, we got our label, we got our logo on a Fremont bottle.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking rad.
I made like 30 cases. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I wanted to call it Banjo Kazooie though, because bear and a bird.
Such a good idea. Fremont was like, yeah, we're too big for attracting that kind of attention.
They learned from Level to like not do that.
Right.
Dude, seriously. I was down at Level like right after that happened. And Shane was joking about like, we've been making beers that have like Nintendo, like imagery on them for years. And this is the first time that we've ever gotten any kind of like notice about it. And it's kind of like a threshold of accomplishment in a way. Like somebody noticed us. But now they can't make that stuff anymore.
We're in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Can you guys tell us about the base beer on this thing?
I was just going to say, did I miss
Pre-barrel?
that? Yeah. What's the base beer?
Pre-barrel, so like for the competition, I had it set up at the end of the year of 2018 when I was wrapping up presidency of that year. And I was like, all right, we're going to do an Imperial Stout. And then the top 3 Imperial Stout winners are going to get together and then kind of blend their recipes, get together and decide which... Oh, yeah, pass that out there.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. And so I think it just started out with like a just Imperial Stout recipe. And then, that was the other thing. So like at the beginning, we were like gifted a 5-gallon barrel or something like that. So we used that to put in there and stuff like that. So the base beer, I mean, it's a ton of chocolate, ton of, Maris Otter, there's a touch of smoked malt that we put in there and stuff like that.
Interesting, okay.
After the fact, when we like I said, we blended it and put it together, and Fremont labeled it. When they put it on draft, they're like labeled it as a Russian Imperial Stout. So they had their, sensory team decide what it was gonna, what it was gonna be and stuff like that. So it just started out as this kind of like big collaboration.
Yeah.
But
Dude, it's so woody.
I probably have the
Like,
It's nutty too.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
nutty
it's
and
super
chocolatey and. Yeah.
Oh, it was Buffalo Trace barrels. That's what it was.
Was it?
Now I remember.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got that like it's got some like whiskey warmth on it for sure, but like Buffalo Trace, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling to remember a beer that where that was like this much like woody, grainy flavor. I feel like I'm chewing on a canoe.
How many bottles do you guys have?
What's that?
How many bottles do you guys have?
Did you get any?
Of it?
I have a couple bottles at home.
Like 2 left, I think.
You
think
save them. I bet this.
Thank you for
this
sharing
will
one.
age really well.
I've been open every year at our like holiday party at the end of the year. I always bring one out.
Nice.
So.
Really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, appreciate it.
Man.
I can't drink this by myself.
I mean, you could.
Yes.
It's only 14.4.
Getting back to like, speaking of getting your beers into bottles, I guess getting back to like, if people want to get started doing this kind of thing, we've only really talked about like actually making the beer. How do people put the beer into their faces once it's made?
Well, the traditional approach is just to bottle your beer. So put it in a bottling bucket. You fill up, around 50 individual bottles. You wash them, sanitize them, fill them up, cap them, usually with some kind of extra sugar to let it re-ferment in the bottle so it will get carbonated. And that's a lot of work and a lot of hassle.
Cleaning.
A lot of cleaning.
Also leads to some stories for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a benefit. But then I think at some point a lot of people switch to kegging because that's a lot quicker, and then you have your beer on tap at home, which is great.
And you can also carb it within like 15 minutes sometimes, and be ready to drink mostly instead of waiting 2 weeks for it to prime in the bottle.
Yeah.
How many kegerators do you guys have each?
Oh, geez, I just have one. I have a small fridge. I've been meaning to upgrade it, but I haven't gotten there yet, so we'll see.
1 kegerator, 3 taps.
Yeah.
And then a fridge and another fermentation fridge.
Sweet.
Do you guys teach your homebrew club how to clean their kegerator lines?
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
We haven't done
you
that.
should
We
come
could
and
come
tell
in,
us.
Yeah.
Doing
Yes.
business.
We could have a guest
Hustle.
speaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did with a different homebrew club before.
Oh, that'd be
have you?
We'd be
great.
happy to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. We'd love
We
to have
haven't
you.
yet, and our educational components are all still like sign-up sheet is going out tonight.
Cool.
Dude, hook that shit up.
It's important. Don't
Yeah.
want moldy
Oh,
kegerator
it's
lines.
really-
Hell yeah.
Showing off your
No, it's
homebrew
very
beer.
important.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know. Yeah. That is something I take very seriously in my day job, but I am like terribly negligent when it comes to cleaning my lines at home. And it probably shows. I have a kegerator in my garage. When Harbor Greens got rid of their growler fill stations, they just posted their kegerators online, and they're 8-tap Continental fridges.
Wow.
And they sold them for like $800.
That's what you have in your garage? It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's way more than I need. But I was just fucking spoiled. I was like, dude, shout out to Chad at Harbor Greens. I doubt he listens, but that dude is a man of his word, because he had people walking in offering him way more than what he was selling it for, and he had agreed to sell it to me for that price and waited till the next day when I got back in town to give it to me. And he could have just fucking sold it out from under me for a profit, and he didn't do it. So that's why I buy.
So when are you
shit at
brewing
Harbor
next
Greens.
then?
Yeah.
What's that?
When are you
When's the
brewing
food
next
trip?
then?
Fuck. Honestly, I'm like not a resolution, but like I would like to dedicate more time to making beer this year. And I don't think I made a single batch last year, which was disappointing. But yeah, I have shit sit in my garage that as soon as it's gone, I'll have space.
Nice.
Grit
Very
and
nice.
grain.
You have,
Grit and grain beer.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Great
Totally.
session.
did you say there are 8 taps?
I have 8 taps.
8? Yeah, wow. You could put like just like a seltzer water on too or something for
I know.
damp January.
That's what
I've done them like,
And then
yeah. So
Sam keeps, so he's got, I think, 4 or 6 taps on his, but it's a converted fridge, and he keeps a nitro cold brew on and a seltzer water on like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's so smart.
yeah, you could put kombucha on. You could put your seltzer water with a little lemon zest in it.
I have a question, and I've asked a couple of brewers this, and I get different answers, but how come you guys, being award-winning homebrewers, haven't just started your own brewery?
Yeah, there's some for sale. I
There's your
mean,
answer.
So subtle burn there.
I mean, no burn. I'm
You know, it
just
was a thought
saying.
13 years ago. It was
Yeah.
like, you get your first medal, which was our first one that got was from the Parkway when they used to host a competition.
Hell yeah.
And immediately we're like, all right.
We could do this. You know, we could really do this,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. But then you talk to a lot of, it's crazy to me that a lot of, craft brewers and stuff like that, we've gotten the advice over and over again, don't do this.
Well, I think some of your former guests too have told
Totally.
us
Totally.
you're gonna hate it. Don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember who was it. Somebody told me, they're like, homebrewing's fun. Why would you want to stop having fun?
That's a good point.
It's terrible. But then I'm like, but you're still doing it. So what do you mean?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, the best one was Colin at Holy Mountain on the 6-year anniversary. I saw him at the very end, like leaving, and he just looks at me and goes, don't ever do this.
One of the most famous
Yeah.
fucking brewers
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, no, man.
But I'm sure they're happy, they seem to be doing well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's a lot of upfront startup cost as well for that.
course.
And then you're running a mini manufacturing plant. So I mean, that's a big aspect of it.
And such a small part of it is actually brewing, right? Most of it is running a business, running a tap room,
Totally.
keeping everything clean, getting ingredients, and it's
Spreadsheets. And
yeah. It's a lot of work that's not brewing, and when we're home brewing, most of the time is actually brewing and tasting beer, and we get to do it how we want to.
Yeah, and I've been lucky enough too to get to brew with like a bunch. I brewed with Ballast Point in like 2015.
Awesome.
Brewed with 7 Seas here. I brewed with Postdoc twice.
Sick.
Actually got a Pro-Am medal with them. So I mean, like,
Wow.
I'm like, I'm good. We did it.
I've seen how it works.
No, but yeah.
Hibbs' answer was great when I asked him, because everybody's got a different answer, but it's like he was like, because I really like doing this, and why would I want to fuck it up?
Right.
It was almost exactly that. Like,
Why would you want to stop having fun?
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
true.
the amount of professional brewers that still homebrew in their free time,
But yeah.
because they just want to have fun doing it.
But you know how many romanticize, and even myself, I'm like, yeah, small farmhouse thing. We do wild fermentations and like all that. That's not going to sell at all.
I know.
Yeah. Like that's the dream.
It's a bummer that wouldn't work. Like that it only works like once or twice per state.
to garden path and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. You have to be affiliated with Jester King
Right.
in some manner for that to actually work.
Yeah. Actually, Mike and I are opening a brewery. That's why we're here.
Well, we'll all be there.
Really?
No.
We're moving way out into the country.
Yeah.
Just, in a farmhouse. Yeah.
I know. Go do it in like Ohio or something where it's a little less competitive.
Wait a minute, Ohio took a bunch of medals this year.
It was a joke. They took a bunch of medals because all the really good brewers started moving there because it was easy to make a living doing it out there. Yeah. And now it's now it's like super dense.
Yeah.
Sure, it's similar to like people who really love to cook, like have a passion about cooking, but like they don't want to become a chef or open a restaurant or maybe become a chef, but open a restaurant is going to come with a bunch of other things. And then it's your work and it's your job, and you lose the passion. And
Word.
Yeah. I can see that.
This is actually Doug brought this one up before we started, but homebrewing myths that youth guys think should be dispelled.
Homebrewing myths.
Oh.
I had one immediately.
There was
it's cheaper than
Yeah, dude, that was mine too.
Yeah.
If I just make my own beer, it'll save me a ton of money on beer.
Yeah.
No, it fucking won't. And it won't be as good.
Well, because then you go, well, I'm making my own beer. I can make something crazy.
Yeah, dude. It just, it's not good. You can, but it won't save you any money.
Nope.
Yeah.
It'll cost you more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like buying a boat to save on fish, right? Because you're gonna,
Dude, seriously.
you'd have to catch a lot of fish for it to balance out.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any more of that.
Well, there was an old one where you were supposed to always transfer to a secondary fermenter right after the primary. And that one's kind of been dispelled. And
Sure. That's another kind of Palmer one. He's always kind of been like a proponent of, you can make perfectly good beer leaving it on primary fermentation. To break down the nerd stuff for anybody listening who doesn't do this yet. So there's primary and secondary fermentation. And you can, at like most scales, you would do primary fermentation, which is like the most active. And then once that's done, you would transfer to a different vessel where you would do secondary fermentation, where the yeast is still kind of working, but not quite as vigorously. You're getting a lot of the beer off of like the initial yeast cake that forms, which some people say can kind of cause off flavors in your beer. And so when we say like the myth that you have to transfer into a secondary fermentation, is probably one that can be dispelled. It's because you don't necessarily need to do that. You can still make very good beer, leaving your beer on the original, in the original fermentation vessel. I don't do it. I still transfer to secondary.
at like room temp, you're not crashing it. Like you're not making it cold before you transfer it. So just at room temp, you're transferring it halfway through fermentation.
I have transferred it at room temp.
Okay.
Every time I've done it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It is crazy. No.
I think on the homebrew scale, like you don't have as much yeast cake as you do on like a professional scale.
Exactly. Which is yeast. So the yeast cake is like it forms at the bottom, and you have this like big, thick, sludgy layer at the bottom of your beer. And the yeast can start dying when the beer sits on that for too long and create all kind of autolyzed flavors. It can make your beer soapy or all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's just not as much contact surface when you're at the homebrew scale, and so you don't necessarily need to do it. But yeah, it was one of the things that Palmer said in How to Brew is like people do it, but it's not totally necessary. That's a good one.
yeah, that stuck with me. There's a lot of those. I mean, like lagering time, I think, is more flexible than we used to think it was, right? Like exactly how long you need to make a lager. It used to be, 8 or 10 weeks, but now, like, I don't know, you can push out a lager in 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Oh, dude, the best one I ever made, I accidentally left in the keg for like 6 months.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I was trying to make like a Czech Pilsner, but I hopped it like a shitload, so it was kind of like Italian Pilsner.
Sure.
And yeah, I just like left it in my cooler for like 6 months and didn't do anything with it. And then when I actually like tapped it and poured it, it was great. And it was as clear as I could have possibly made it. It was awesome. But yeah, I don't know, push it out. Nice. I feel like it's, almost
or make it short.
Right.
Yeah, or
making it shorter is tougher because your beer might not actually finish lagering.
Yeah. Weren't you saying though,
well, I'm saying the
like
opposite.
6
I'm
weeks?
saying that I think that you don't. I think you can go shorter.
Oh, you can go shorter.
Yeah, I think I would say 4 weeks is kind of pushing it, but like 5 or 6 weeks, I think you can make a good lager.
Sure.
And I think traditionally they're like, no, 8 or 10 is the minimum, and it's like I don't
agree.
know about that.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
The longer.
I agree
those are
with
fighting words.
shorter. And,
I'm a longer person too.
It'll change flavor over time. That's fine. It'll settle out more. It'll get clearer. But
You guys have all made better lagers than me, though. That was your shit at your last.
Oh yeah,
at
the
Mother
dark
Fern,
lager.
man.
oh
Yeah, see, we
Schwarzbier?
all talk about it.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Yeah, miss it.
One day.
If you ever want to share the recipe.
You can have it. You can have it. Greer has it somewhere.
Good question, Doug.
We have it upstairs.
Good question, Doug.
Good question. Thanks for asking, Doug.
It might be time to get into fuck up stories,
Oh shoot.
which
Oh heck.
we're all homebrewers, so we've all fucking done it. Bethany, do you have a fuck up story about homebrewing?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you beforehand, but
I thought you were going to ask me if I've ever homebrewed because
Have
I
you?
really haven't all that much.
Yeah. That's
all right.
I
That's
I
fucking
had
bananas
like
to me.
one batch under my belt before I was like, yeah, I just want to do this. I want to work at a brewery.
You
Nice.
did say that.
Yes, I didn't do a lot of home brewing. My first batch was like just a regular old drinkable IPA, but it wasn't anything special.
And then you and I were in that famous BJCP class
Oh.
back in 2015. Yeah, with Trevor.
That's right.
I was there too.
Yeah, you were there too.
Yep.
And yeah, man, everybody was there.
I was not
Don
there.
and Todd and
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
was Travis there too? I think. Was he? We just met him around that time.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a ton of
Yeah.
industry or
Yeah.
industry adjacent people who were there, and now all
Yeah.
of them are doing shit.
I actually took the class twice too.
Did you?
Good
So
one
I
about
get them
that,
blended
then.
together.
I just remember Doppelbock night. That was awesome.
Yes.
How do you remember anything called Doppelbock night?
Well, it was on the calendar. We knew we had it.
And it was May.
And there was pictures. Jesus. All right, homebrew fuck up stories.
All right, illustrious grit and grain guests. Now it's time to throw down on some fuck up stories. I am Sean Jackson. Challenge flag has been set. Bar is high. Bring it on, fuckers, 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 fuckers.
So I feel like the bar is so high. Like I don't have one where I almost killed myself. So I'm not meeting Sean's standard of a fuck up story. But
Nobody does.
no.
Yeah, untouchable.
So one of them. Okay, I learned an important lesson from it though for home brewing. So I was making. Oh, I forgot I was making. It was probably a Belgian saison. Could have been a Belgian double, something like that. Had really active yeast, so the yeast kind of started going right away. And I'm early in my home brewing, the first year, second year, and I'm fermenting in a plastic bucket. Right, that's what a lot of people start in, just doing it cheaply. And it apparently was really active, and I didn't realize how active it was. So I went to bed. Right, the airlock's on there, and apparently the airlock got clogged. So, so I woke up a couple hours later to just the loudest just boom.
Yep.
And I didn't know what it was, right? Like gunshot, somebody smashed a window. I don't know what it was. So like
Yep.
I'm freaking out. I get out of bed and I'm like running to the kitchen and I see like turn on the light and there's like just beer all over the wall, some beer on the ceiling.
Yep.
And so what happened was the Croissant, the foamy stuff at the top of the fermenter just pushed up, clogged the airlock, created a sealed vessel where it built up enough pressure to blow the lid off of the plastic bucket. Just beer everywhere. Just total mess.
Dude.
And so I learned about blow-off tubes. That's what
Everybody learns about blow-off tubes.
So you need a
At
wider
some point.
tube to handle that kind of pressure pushing out. The other thing, though, I just washed and sanitized the lid, put it back on. It was a great beer.
Nice.
Totally fine.
That's
it
good.
just
Excellent.
fixed it right away.
Oh, yours turned out better than mine.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm curious.
It was like early on brewing. We brewed like 4 batches of beer and 1 cider for a party, like a Halloween party of our friends, and we used a new hose, garden hose, to fill up our like strike water, our everything to clean and everything like that. So then beer's done, take it out. Everything tastes like garden hose.
Oh no.
Our friends at the party were all being super nice. They're like, yeah, it's nice, it's good. And we had one friend who was like, this is awful. What
Yo,
is
this tastes like the inside of a
Did you
tennis
put some
ball.
was like,
rubber in it? Yeah.
Wife like nudged him and she's like, be nice. And I was like, no, please don't be nice. Like, we're actually trying to learn. So our beer turned out terrible. We dumped 5, that have a picture somewhere, from back in 2013 or whatever.
Oh,
5
dude.
kegs upside down.
Rubbery beer.
You're like, just think about your childhood when we drank out of the hose,
Right.
right? Like,
My beer invokes memory.
Yeah, what'd you bring?
Well, but that's something we talked about before is that, like, your friends will tell you your beer's great and they'll just keep asking for more, but, like...
Oh, yeah, they're just getting free beer, so don't listen to them.
Yeah.
You guys should really start a brewery. No, don't. They might mean it, and they're super good friends, but don't.
So, yeah, start brewing. Join a homebrew club. Again, we meet first and third Wednesdays of every month at North 47, so at 7 p.m.
And those guys at North 47 have really taken care of us. Like,
Yeah.
it's been our meeting place for years now, and
Yeah.
they're just so supportive.
Yeah.
We try to we've done a few collab beers with them as well, so that's been nice.
Yeah.
Some of our brew to style competitions, we actually we'll do a scale up and we'll brew with them
That's so cool.
or other people. We're trying to work on getting some other breweries in there as well. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. So join a club. Also submit your beers to local competitions, and that'll get you better feedback than your dumb friends.
dumb cheap
Who are
friends.
also just really nice.
All right, Grit and Grainers, email us at cheers@gritandgrainpodcast.com with your comments, opinions, and tips on how to stay energized during the early days of boiling yeast and grains in your garage, when the beer smelled like a burning wool sock dipped in sour milk and tasted like chlorinated water and tires. We read and drink everything we receive, and we try to respond as quickly as we can. If not online, then on air. You can subscribe to Grit and Grain on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. And please leave us a review. Also, check us out on Channel 253 and gritandgrainpodcast.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for episode notes, beer news, and where we let it all hang out and lick the fingertips of the divine and stop holding back and stop quivering with unchecked anticipation dread as we realize that if we care a whit about self-definition and spiritual nuance and hot, wet intelligence and deep karmic color in this El Nino hammered, hard coffee ravaged world, we desperately need to fire up the Grit and Grain homebrew kettles that we call The Shining and fill our souls with How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days Red Ale. If this podcast is not what you expected, please alter expectations. We heard someone is opening up a bar that only serves milk stouts, and they're calling it Brew Darrymore. No such thing as a bad time to visit Tacoma. No such thing as too much barley wine. Tune in next Friday for more sweet chatter. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, Tristan and Mike.
Oh my God.
Fuck, that was pretty good.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Good up.
Channel 253 is a member-supported podcast network. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I'm asking you to become a member and show your support. Go to channel253.com/membership to join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Interchangeable White Ladies, Move to Tacoma, Crossing Division, Citizen Tacoma, What Say You, We Are Tacoma, Flanders B Team, and Taco Man.
This is Channel 253.